Look at this gamer over here, bro. Slouched on the couch.
Gamer.
Peach looks like he's from Miami Vice.
He does. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious.
Get down, FBI!
Alex is undercover FBI. I'm undercover FBI. Colby is also undercover FBI.
No, he's just from Miami.
Miami Vice, as Alex has said previously.
I don't really know. This is my idea.
This is Alex's episode. I guess, do you want to introduce the podcast? Since this is your episode.
Oh, like the people's?
Yeah.
I usually don't introduce. I feel so special today. Hello, I'm co-host Alex, aka Metas, aka I don't have a third nickname.
Carl.
Cook or Jason, depending if you know me that well.
That's true.
Actual host Caleb,
Me.
and then recurring guest and I don't know, background character Colby.
I'm sucking these peaches like a vampire.
The man who literally eats in every recording we've ever done.
Now that you said it, I don't think he's ever not eaten in a
It's
recording.
true. Even when we record Pikmin, he just grabs a snack and eats the entire time.
He doesn't even in the side quest episodes.
He does. He does it even in the side quest episodes where he's supposed to be a main character. He goes onto the side and eats the entire time.
So if I were to be a gambling man, every time he's on a podcast episode, he's eating food.
To be fair, I do that fishing too. I just can't sit.
As I've been sitting here, supposed to be interacting with us.
Are you supposed to have...
Same with fishing.
Do you have ADHD, sir?
I don't believe in that.
You don't believe in ADHD? Okay.
You know, Alex might have a point, though. That might be a sign.
I think I have ADHD. Or like some version of it. But I think
Everyone says they have ADHD.
I think we all do, honestly. I
That's why
think
I don't
I
And
think
if everyone has ADHD.
So I think it's baloney.
does.
well, I think I have like
That's
I
Colby's
low-key
logic.
think I have autism or something like that. No, like that. Like, you know how like everybody like as of recently like you have like autistic tendencies.
Yes.
That's silly.
I think I do in the terms of just being like I get hyperfixated on things and then I stop.
People are people, and they should be allowed to enjoy life, not be on medication. That's my take.
Based Colby
Based.
takes.
This
About that as just in bold impact font. Based Colby takes.
This is why they let him on the squad in Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah, also, just because you keep on saying that, how many fucking NCIA shows? Well, how the
Take place on a beach.
yeah? What the fuck is up with all that? How many shows do they have?
Isn't there? What's the one that they're always running on the beach?
I think that one's Hawaii,
That one's like Ocean's 11.
There was like
something like that.
5 shows, like Jerry Bruckheimer, right? Or no, it's Wolfgang,
Amadeus.
the guy that
Amadeus?
makes, I don't remember, that makes CIA or CSI.
The white guy?
They're doing like 4 of them at like the same time. It was like ridiculous. How do you do that?
That's a good point. I don't
Okay,
know.
hold on. But at one point, that show might have been peak. Let's be honest. Four shows.
4 separate entities. I also have honey toast, by the way, that I'm going to be eating because that's my breakfast today.
ASMR into the mic. Goddamn, you guys are during my.
I'm eating too, so there we go.
So having water. Goddamn. This man is just fucking munching on the mic over there. Goddamn.
It's appropriate because when you're at like the diner waiting for someone eating, we just need a newspaper. Where's the newspaper?
Okay, that's Caleb's aesthetic. Your aesthetic's not looking at a.
Yeah, yours is more like Point
I'm
Break.
undercover.
Fuck! I could have I had a Hawaiian
Point
shirt in my
Break.
closet. I didn't bring it. Man,
Mistakes were made on Alex's part.
I'll bring a Hawaiian shirt the next episode. I'll just be some random Hawaiian looking guy. But Colby threw my train of thought into the trash. Why would you do that?
Those peaches are good.
God damn it.
Fair. That's fair. All Colby's sins have now been forgiven.
So, okay, I found the train. I had to scrummage through the garbage can. Do you think all those NCIS shows were all funded by the government, low key? Do you think they were? Do you think Fox, NBC, all the fucking channels that have either single digit or double digit numbers are all given America money?
The government funding.
Yeah,
I think
do we think that?
money was being laundered through there. Definitely.
It's possible. Definitely. Now that you see what's going on with the writer strike and what channels are and aren't being terrible, yeah, I think you can see.
Oh, can we talk? Okay, I know today's theme is FBI, but can we talk? We gotta talk about that. I want to support the homies.
Yeah. Let's go writers and actors.
That's
Yeah.
me and Caleb.
I hope you guys win.
So last night, last night on Instagram Reels, I was looking at it. So, do we all know Orange is the New Black, right? We at least know the name correctly. It was a very popular Netflix show. Apparently, how much do you think those actors got paid?
100,000?
No, not even close.
50,000?
No,
For the whole show.
for the whole show.
You're kidding.
Keep going, Colby.
25,000?
No,
10,000? Were they making?
I think a little bit more than that, but apparently it could have been, depending on the actor, it was even lower. So basically, poster girls of Netflix at a time were being barely paid a minimum wage.
What the heck?
And this was during probably Netflix's, like, I would say prime. So imagine getting paid minimum wage and probably having NDAs where you couldn't say your salary for that specific reason.
That's so crazy. That's messed up.
Crooked.
Cricket?
Crooked.
The wireless service?
Crooked.
Also, at the same time, you think, oh, actors shouldn't make that much. But in comparison to what other actors make, yeah, they're making jack squat.
Oh, yeah, no. Like,
Especially dedicating your whole life to one show, basically. Like, I don't think this might sound like first world problems, but a lot of effort has to go into acting. Acting's not the easiest profession.
oh, yeah, no. It's fucking, and depending on how you act, it's crazy. You can do method acting, which is nuts. And then there's just like,
could destroy your life.
It's even worse that like the corporates are making 10 times more than
and like,
Very true.
the CEO that does nothing.
So here's my question to you guys. Do you think a CEO deserves to be paid? I saw some crazy ass number on Twitter. I don't know how much it was, but like $42 million or some fucking.
Tell me their role. What does the CEO
That's what I'm
do in
thinking.
that?
Like, there's no
Or
way.
do nothing.
There's no way you deserve that much money. Nobody deserves that much money.
Let me put it into context. I animate cartoons and I write the script, and it takes me like, I'd say 5 hours a day. I do that, and to complete one episode would take like that, like every single day doing that for a whole month to complete an episode. And I get Caleb in and record voices, and I even had you in once record voice.
I did do that.
Someone comes in and says, "Hey, I'm on." It's the CEO must like distribute or something.
No, because that's a distributor.
The CEO
He's like,
says,
"Let me just take all the money you hard work did do."
it's the most stupid concept in the world.
And then like some people complain about like, you would think, okay, so he takes the money, he might distribute it equally. No, he doesn't. It's just like, I did a video on Part 6 Stone Ocean and like some bullshit involving Netflix, and I'm all like, oh, you just signed deals to fatten your pockets, not for your like the best for your animators when they draw. So I'm just all like, what the fuck? Like I understand you probably should get the most because you probably were the one who started it, and you have like seniority, and you probably do a lot of the micromanaging. At least I guess the bigger, I don't know, manage, not the micromanage, because there's positions for specifically for that. But like when I look at some statistics, like Nintendo's people, like the top guys there only get paid like $5 million. I'm like, you know what? Reasonable.
Yeah, they even took cuts during hard times to make sure that their employees got paid.
And then I look at over America, and I'm like, nah, but look,
What are you guys doing?
What?
Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, just being the absolute worst person right now.
It's nuts. I'm like, what the fuck? And I guess it all comes back into the whole this fucking the CIA, not the CIA, fucking I can't fucking ever pronounce the goddamn show because I forget how.
NCIS.
There you go. It's NCIS because I can't fucking my brain can't remember where the letters go. I always had problems since I was a kid trying to fucking say that show. NCIS, NBCIS,
NCC,
XBIS, but like, there's no way those guys at the top don't get paid off.
No, yeah, I mean,
They have to.
you're right.
They like. Why is there 6 shows about an FBI? About the FBI. My bad. Like,
You're right.
why?
You're right.
Why is there at the same time? And sometimes it'd be back to back. Because I would remember, like, my dad would watch one episode, boom, it'd be Hawaii 5-0 right after. I'm like, what? And then it'd be like, yeah, these.
and the same executive producer, and you're like, how is he doing this?
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? Is those were somehow always the most popular shows. Like the shows about average, ordinary people. Or like, even a show like Psych that was just like a fun show where the cops and the authorities weren't always the good guys.
Yeah.
Was not as popular.
Weird.
Weird how that is.
Weird.
I'm tired of pyramid schemes. I say whoever does most work gets paid most.
I like how he's like 2 conversations behind, but that's still a good thing, Colby.
I'm just thinking of how it works, and
Oh,
that's
no,
how it
it's
works.
bullshit.
I'm executive producer. I'm up here so I get
Bro,
paid.
if I
all the
could
money.
just get paid $5 million a year, fuck it. Fuck, I'm down. I don't like. That's just greedy.
If I'm making that much, I'm living pretty. I don't have to do anything anymore.
Yeah, like there's like at what point? How much money? Okay, this is so totally off topic for the episode. I'll eventually switch gears here. Complaining about the rich. Totally Oblivious episode highlight number bajillion. How much money is too much money? Because I feel like after 10 mil, that's way too much.
Like, you don't need that much money to live.
No, you don't.
Like,
And especially if it's consistent.
and here's the thing: they expect people to live on like 30,000 a year.
Yeah.
They expect people to do that, but then if we're like, hey, could you maybe not make $1 billion every year? They're like, whoa, you're asking too much of us. How could we survive on less than $1 billion a year?
So funny.
Oh man, I wonder. Maybe you should ask that poor family of 6 that has a crippled father figure, and the wife has to work 2 jobs and still only makes like 40,000 a year.
Dickheads.
Terrible. I hate them.
Revolution.
Not yet, Colby. Not yet.
Revolution.
Hold on. We will do a France thing when it gets too far.
Look to it, Fred.
It is too far.
Not yet. Once the pedophile ring gets discovered, then we chop off their heads. Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
You're
Cool.
right.
So, segueing into our topic today, after finish the rest of your toast, so you can have the laptop in your
Thank
hand.
you.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to see Colby and Caleb's reaction to the CIA/FBI projects on Wikipedia, and see what they have done over the years, and to see the fucking crazy ass shit they do.
I'm gonna have to take off my sunglasses because I can't see anything.
CIA Wiki.
Oh, both of you guys are gonna do it. Okay, actually, that's pretty good. You can look up their.
Central Intelligence Agency Wiki.
Yeah, I don't know, like covert plans or something, or like. We'll do this in post. We'll get to the point.
Yeah, I'm on their wiki.
So I think what you should be looking for is their
Controversies.
Yeah, I guess controversies would work.
President Harry S. Truman created the Central Intelligence Group under the direction of a director of Central Intelligence.
So there's both. We can do both here, FBI and CIA, because they're more or less the same things under the same head of government. They just do slightly different things, so it merits different names, even though they've had historical beef with each other, and they just don't like each other. So Caleb, find a controversy in there that just looks interesting, and I just want you to read it off and what they've done, because I can guarantee you it probably involved killing people.
Let's see. We'll start at the top. I don't know why it started us at the bottom. Wait, that's history. I want controversies. Okay. List of CIA controversies.
Yeah, we're getting into it.
So,
This is fine. Let's choose a random one, and we'll
let's see.
and we'll see what they do.
This is a long list.
There's extraordinary rendition. That's one of the first ones.
Okay, let's see.
Further information. Extraordinary rendition. Black site rendition aircraft. Extraordinary rendition is the apprehension and extrajudicial transfer of a person from one country to another.
Okay.
The term torture by proxy is used by some critics to describe situations in which the CIA and other U.S. agencies have transferred suspected terrorists to countries known to employ torture, whether they meant to enable torture or not. It is claimed, though, that torture has been employed with the knowledge or
Acquisition.
Whatever that word is,
Big word.
acquiescence of U.S. agencies. A transfer of anyone to anywhere with the purpose of torture is a violation of U.S. law. Although Condoleezza Rice, then U.S. Secretary of State, stated that the U.S. has not transported anyone and will not transport anyone to a country when we believe he will be tortured. Where appropriate, the United States seeks assurances that transferred persons will not be tortured.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, we'll stop right there.
How much money you betting that we actually do that?
Well, we already know that was something that happened because they did that during 2001, which is also in this Wikipedia list.
Are we gonna get to that?
I don't know.
Should we get to that?
There's a lot to go through.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I think it's under the human rights concerns.
Oh, great. I love this. Okay, the reason why I find this so fascinating is like, I think we mentioned you gave a good description of it, Caleb, where it's like, we expect these people to protect us, even though they do some of the most fucking batshit insane things. Like torture isn't good. I think we can all agree on that, right? Right, Colby?
Unless it's to a serial killer.
Fair.
Or a rapist.
So where does terrorists lie in that?
Well, they're trying to get information out of them, which is different. I just want to torture them to see them suffer for doing terrible things.
That is cruel and unusual and illegal. Kids do not do that. Colby hasn't given me an answer. I'm worried.
I'm thinking.
He's fucking loading, bro. The
He's
Wi-Fi. Get the router. Turn it off and on again.
I'm on 2 gig speed.
2 gigs. God damn. That's new internet.
It just sounds like they're more concerned about themselves than anything. Like they say they're protecting us, but it's more they're protecting themselves, and that's why looking through this list, it's a lot of like they want to know everything that's going on, and they want to be ahead of the game.
So okay,
and they don't care who it might hurt.
So here's my question to ask: do you feel like they're protecting you?
No.
Okay.
I feel not protected.
Okay.
No, not at all.
So who do you think they're protecting?
Themselves.
The FBI/CIA or their trusted partners?
I feel uncomfortable in this society.
It seems like there's a core of people, a core of population, and they want to protect them. And they do tests and whatnot and to make sure that core people is fine. Okay. That's what I think.
Okay. Colby, not Colby. God
yes.
damn. Why do both of you have C names? Caleb, what's your take on that? I wanna hear you. I know my takes on this, but I don't hear this stuff from you guys.
I don't trust anyone or anything
in a suit.
In a suit.
I have suit phobia.
They just I have been, unless I am given full trust, like I'm given a reason to trust a person, I won't trust them. That just goes
so
regardless.
Why don't you trust the CIA/FBI?
Well, I don't think they're doing anything that really benefits me. Like
you as a person?
Maybe they do some things like making sure we don't get nuked.
I have
That's
a
good
thing where anyone who keeps secrets has something.
That's true.
if someone's keeping a secret, they're not being truthful, and they're like an honest, open person will protect you. Person that's like secretive.
And this is why, when worst comes to worst and the world starts falling apart, I trust Markiplier.
Is that a problem when you find a random Korean Asian YouTuber, the first J-pop star, more trustworthy than your own government? It's slightly a problem. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
well, I guess my whole take on it is necessary evils a little bit there. Sure, a terrorist might have done some things. Insert terrorist organization here. And if you do need information out of them, you might need to break a few rules to get some shit out of it. It seems in hindsight with America that a lot of things that probably a lot of major government officials want to do are kind of fucked over by some laws. So they make more laws to get around those laws. And or, I broke this rule. Nobody talk about it. If you talk about it, I'll make sure you find up dead. In some
That's
river.
true. That's true. I mean,
It feels like that.
you feel like you're just being threatened at all times. I mean, the fact that it's a joke that you're like, ooh, I'm talking about bad things the CIA did. I hope I don't get murdered.
That I'm talking about it now, I kind of feel like I'm kind of sweating bullets. I'm like, am I going to be on a watch list now?
If they're trying to watch us, they got another thing coming. They can't see us.
They should subscribe.
They should subscribe to the
Dude,
podcast.
What if we had an FBI subscriber? That'd be so cool.
Yeah. You know what? Get your agency and watch us. See what happens.
Colby, is there anything on your phone right now that you find interesting? Yeah or no?
It's a lot of like
That's right.
private.
I found all the fucking dead bodies.
Privacy breaching a lot most of the times. It's like wiretapping.
So let's talk. Okay, wiretapping against who? That's interesting. I want to
It
hear.
just says domestic wiretapping.
So when you listen on your own people, how are we feeling about that?
Well,
That's
on
what
the
I'm
same
saying.
Wikipedia page as me.
No.
No.
Okay.
Did you just look up conspiracies?
No, I went on wiki, CIA, and then said controversies.
Oh, okay.
And said list of
Does
controversies.
it say main article, Project Mockingbird?
No.
Are you sure?
It says the first thing on the list is domestic wiretapping. And it says in 1969, at the height of the anti-war movement, Director Helms received a message
from Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, that's weird. The laptop and the phone are different. I was like, huh?
Anyways, continue, Colby.
Continue, Colby.
I'll
What do you
read
think about
along.
what do you think about wiretapping?
Why?
I don't know.
No, why do they do it?
Oh, why do they do it?
Why do you want to know what I think about wiretapping?
Especially if it's just a random person. Is it a random person or
It could
like
be.
I feel like they're just doing scientific studies on.
Random fucking people.
I think that might be the case. If it's just random people, like that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh yeah,
is
if you
you're
look further down
learning.
this list, that's one of the things.
Oh, I see it. Project Mockingbird.
That's one of the
So
things.
I guess with wiretapping, okay. So that's the meme. Basically, it's wiretapping.
yes.
Do you think it's fucked up that the CIA/FBI at any moment, due to how U.S. law works, is that they could look at your, okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, the Patriot Act, and I gotta ask you guys, did the TikTok ban go through?
I still have TikTok, so
No.
It
Okay.
just
No.
did like a service update.
Yeah, okay.
Terms of service.
So, fun fact for everybody. The Patriot Act is, thanks to Mr. Frederick from history class, the only time I'll ever thank you, the only time I ever learned something, is that the Patriot Act, during any time of war, the CIA, basically the whole U.S. government, can look at its citizens' phones to gather information. If there is suspected information, big italicized, bold letters in slightly bigger font than the rest of the size of the text, suspected information on war plots or crimes or terrorism, that the U.S. government can just look at your shit because they can. And the reason why I say the suspected is it's very loose. So if you just say something interesting, they'll just wiretap your phone. or look at anything and just be like, this is interesting.
Being psychologically smart as I am, people with trust issues usually are reflecting issues of themselves. So they're being distrustful. Anyone who can't trust someone else has trust issues is because in them they are.
Are you psychologically looking at me?
No. Do you have trust issues?
A little bit.
No. I mean, I guess I do too.
I think everybody has trust. I think everybody has trust issues.
I just,
what do you not trust? What
the U.S. government?
Okay, well there you go.
No, but
people are out to get me.
But it's the whole idea of the Patriot Act that like can be abused. Because let's be honest, the powers abuse. They don't. When the U.S. government breaks a law, who judges the U.S. government? Nobody.
That's true.
So when they make loose laws to where it's like, I'm going to wiretap your phone, that seems kind of weird. And another thing is, too, with the whole Patriot Act is like so many probably big companies who are in line with the U.S. government probably are like, yo, all that data that you wiretapped because you were just, suspected, and you just left the console on and just got all that data and just all of a sudden became useful to major companies. Seems kind of weird because wasn't that the whole like Trump fucking signed that bill to give your data off to the corporations and shit? Remember that?
I don't, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, see, remember that when he just did that one fucking afternoon? It's like,
thanks.
that's kind of fucking weird.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So it's just like the whole wiretapping / looking through your video camera thing is kind of weird.
Can you imagine the amount of nudes that the FBI and CIA just have free access to?
Bajillions.
People just think that they're fine sending those, and then the FBI is like,
you know what? I won't lie. That's my second thought every time I get one.
I like how one of these articles is just, or one in the list is human rights concerns.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now too. Human rights concerns.
We're a little concerned because there's a lot in question at times about torture, funding training groups that would later participate in killing civilians, trying to overthrow democratic governments, targets.
You finally found the good one.
Assassinations. CIA has also been accused of a lack of financial and whistleblower controls, which has led to waste and fraud.
Hey, look, we're doing this for America.
Okay, so that's another thing I'm going to get into. So, do you think it's morally justified that it's our team doing it?
No.
Colby?
No.
No? Just no?
I don't think they're part of my team. I think they're their own team.
I don't think they're doing this for us. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. So I want to play devil's advocate.
I don't think
just a little
the funding of groups and organizations that would participate in killing of civilians is something that I want personally.
You know what? There's probably a lot of people like, why not?
Oh man, those people didn't matter. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry that human life.
I didn't get the bigger picture. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll play devil's advocate just to be a fucking dick today. Because usually that's the role sometimes I do play when it comes to versus debates. But it's just a few guys. Come on. It was just some random kids in a drone strike. Who gives a fuck?
I don't think there was a few.
The terrorist is dead. Come on, guys.
I mean, 9/11 was a few.
Yeah, come on. Okay, we haven't got to that one. That was for the end. Come on, guys. Really? It's just a few people. Does it really matter?
Does it matter if it was you?
No, this is
it's different. I'm an American.
Hey, I'm an American, man. These are foreigners. No, it definitely is fucked up. It's just like,
yeah,
the whole overthrowing governments thing. That's remember that failed one that happened a while back in Africa? Right? Was it in Africa or was it in the Bahamas? I can't remember.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, where it's just like, this random guy just got assassinated. That's kind of fucking weird. It was just kind of next to the U.S. Fucking weird, right, guys?
Very weird.
So Keep going down. What
Do
do
you want more from human rights concerns? Or you want security?
Whatever
you want
finds your
security
interest.
failures, counterintelligence failures, external investigations and document releases, influencing public opinion and law enforcement.
Okay, that one sounds interesting to me. What is that one?
Okay, the CIA sometimes finds itself in conflict with other parts of the government when there's a disagreement over the legality of specific covert programs. There is always the risk that one part of the government may make the covert operations of another part of the government public. So we got also CIA influence on public opinion, CIA in the media, and Robertson panel.
So there's even more links. This is why I love Wikipedia, because you can just find a fucking rabbit hole here. Depending if you want to go down that, Caleb.
If you want to hear that, or do you want to hear about CIA's recruitment of Nazis?
Okay, see, now you got my fucking... At first, you had my balls. Now you have the whole shaft.
I don't think I want it. You can have it back.
See, I was trying to quote something else. But that one sounds good. I think I know what that one is. I want to know what that one is.
Okay. So in 2014, the New York Times reported that in the decades after World War II, the CIA and other United States agencies employed at least 1,000 Nazis as Cold War spies and informants, and as recently as the 1990s, concealed the government's ties to some still living in America. Newly disclosed records and interviews show. According to Timothy Naftali,
I didn't know
the CIA's central concern in recruiting former Nazi collaborators was not so much the extent of the criminal's guilt as the likelihood that the agent's criminal past could remain a secret. So they cared more about them not being known that they were Nazis than the fact that they were Nazis.
So I'm going to ask this question. I want to see how different our opinions are. When we recruit Nazis to work for us, are we the bad guys?
That depends. Did the Nazis reform? Because people can change.
That is true. I'm always a man for second chances. But then you also have to remember
The Nazis were dabbling in stuff that was like...
That's a whole other episode that I want to talk about.
we're going to talk about Nazis? Okay, I don't know how to do that.
That's a whole different episode.
You know when I first heard about all this stuff? Was Black Ops Zombies.
You know what? You know what? And that's the fucking nuts thing.
They were right.
They were doing crazy fucking shit.
It's true. And I'll cover that a whole episode.
Can that be the next episode?
Not the next
God damn
episode.
it. We have to go back to back.
We can't be back to back.
Back to back.
We gotta have goofy episodes and then a serious episode.
Fine. But no,
besides, the next episode's the cursed episode that the wheel has chosen for us.
That's true. So it feels kind of weird. At bare minimum, just keeping an eye on them seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole bringing them into your flock for your own gain, and then proceed to not tell anybody to a further extent, even now, there might be literal Nazi scientists who just worked on projects back in the day, just roaming. Basically, your grandma.
Well, I mean, she was
in age. Just
she
roaming
was a
around.
child.
Yeah,
she was a child during the war, so I guess she wouldn't exactly be a Nazi.
She was a spy the whole time. Conspiracy. But no.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
I'm my inner Alex Jones without the racism.
I was looking back at some of the videos of Alex Jones, and he was actually right about a lot of the things he was freaking out about.
Don't encourage Alex Jones. He might have had a few good takes that eventually became right.
Look,
I think they were good, but we don't bring them up here.
If you throw crap in a fan trying to hit a target, something's gonna hit the target.
Exactly. You just throw a massive
It was a very
net.
specific target.
What is it? We'll talk about it. We'll entertain this. What the fuck was he right about?
He said that there was an island where... That was right.
Oh, well, fuck. Caleb, I think you're wrong. At least...
How am I wrong?
He was getting into the... Probably have to censor this. The pedophiles, too. And he's right about that, too. It's just
Okay, maybe this is you're your least favorite person at the best take. But
like I said, you can if you throw enough stuff at a target, you're gonna hit something.
apparently he fucking hit probably one of the biggest ones ever. That was kind of partially hidden with a row, but aside, I want to go back to the Nazis. Alex Jones is a different fucking day, and Epstein. Eventually, we'll get to that on this podcast where we like to talk about shit. But like, just the fact that you hide to the public that you hired Nazis just to beat the Soviets to get to space is kind of weird. I find it a little almost betrayal-like. It's just like, I get it, they're Nazis, they might reform, but I can guarantee you the FBI and CIA or whoever, it could have been both, it could have been just the US government in general, that kind of was all like, we'll hire you, we will monitor your actions every single day, motherfucker, but we'll hire you. It just seems kind of fucking stupid in hindsight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems kind of weird.
Do you want me to go down this rabbit hole?
Fuck it, we'll go down this rabbit hole. This is what I wanted, damn
Do you
it.
want me to see also U.S. intelligent involvement with German and Japanese war criminals after World War II, Operation Bloodstone, rat lines,
I like
World War II
Bloodstone.
aftermath?
Bloodstone sounds fire.
Okay.
We'll go down this rabbit hole.
Operation Bloodstone was a covert operation whereby the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, sought out Nazis and collaborators living in Soviet-controlled areas to work undercover for U.S. intelligence inside the Soviet Union, Latin America, and Canada, as well as domestically within the United States. Many of those who were hired as part of Bloodstone were high-ranking Nazi intelligence agents who had committed war crimes. Operation Bloodstone was initially proposed.
Wait, so they specifically targeted those people with war crimes?
I don't know specifically, but they didn't discriminate against them.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say it sounds kind of like blackmail. Like, hey, like they're choosing those guys so they can have control over
They're
them.
like, let's look at these Nazis.
My favorite person just had a good take. Hold on.
You love to see it.
I love to see it. It's just blackmail.
I guess kinda. In a way.
But in a way. But
I
then
just got a bad feeling after you said that. Like,
it's just.
are we gonna get blacklisted? Are we gonna have eyes on us?
If Alex Jones hasn't got blacklisted, I don't know what's gonna. I think we're fine.
We're fine. It's like, it's just on Wiki. The reason why I said Wikipedia is this is known for everybody.
It's true.
We'll title this episode, We Love the CIA and FBI. And then when they watch it, it's actually not that. I don't trust them.
Opposite.
Yeah. So, see, we won't get blacklisted.
But no, yeah. I guess it could be blackmail, but at the same time, it's kind of just sounds like they just were looking for anybody to help their cause, and they didn't care what kind of.
I don't know. I think it sounds like, hey, your life is this, and it could be this, and we can manipulate and control you because you did this. But there's a balance beam: is you can be free and listen to us, or we can get you on this.
I feel like it's almost worse with what I think.
Plot to Chainsaw Man, dog.
It's literally what I'm thinking is they're just like, man, we need people to help us do our stuff. Let's look at these high-ranking Nazi war criminals. They look like they know how to do a good job. Let's hire them.
You have to remember, too, the CIA is full of geniuses. They're not just, let's just do this, a matter of fact. It's all plotted and well planned out of what they're doing. So when it's like, when it goes to public, CIA made a mistake. Like, it's a group of geniuses.
So who is this in specific, the FBI or CIA?
This is CIA.
Okay. So, yeah, it's...
I'm just going under the impression they just absolutely did not care what crimes they committed as long as they could get a job done.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And the thing is too, audience out there, video listeners and audio listeners, while we describe these things, this is on Wikipedia, and there probably is everything we've talked about significantly has everything has a rabbit hole here. Everything has its own nook and cranny of information that goes fucking forevers down.
It's true. There's even history with even more stuff. Do you want me to read that too?
Fuck it. We'll see where we go.
All right, Colby. You keep looking for a topic that you can talk about when I'm done with the Nazis.
Yeah, I love the fucking CIA and Nazis.
Operation Bloodstone was initially proposed by the U.S. State Department and was approved by I'm just gonna say SNAC, which is the State, Army, Navy, Air Force Coordinating Committee, on June 10th, 1948. In the initial stages of the operation, a brief paper identified these anti-communist elements in non-Western Hemisphere countries outside the Soviet orbit, who, quote, have shown extreme fortitude in the face of communist menace and have, quote, demonstrated the know-how to counter communist propaganda and techniques to obtain control over mass movements. Operation Bloodstone sought to tap these individuals who were immobilized due to the lack of funds and a coordinated international movement. In July, SNAC expanded the operation to compromise those activities against the enemy, which are conducted by allied or friendly forces behind enemy lines, to include psychological warfare, subversion, sabotage, and miscellaneous operations such as assassination, target capture, and rescue of allied armed men. So I guess that those are all things that a high-ranking Nazi would be pretty good at. By 1976, Operation Bloodstone was no longer a closely guarded secret, but an investigation revealed that 2 other highly classified programs were connected to it, which is Operation Paperclip and Outsource Mission.
Okay, so Paperclip is the one that involves the whole bringing of Nazis over, just to give a simplification of that. Yeah. So what's the other one?
Outsource Mission?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Let's see what Outsource Mission is. The Outsource Mission was an organized effort by a team of British and United States military, scientific, and intelligence personnel to discover enemy scientific developments during World War II. Its chief focus was on the German nuclear energy project, but it also investigated chemical and biological weapons and the means to deliver them.
Illegal warfare. Okay.
Yeah, cool. the fun stuff that Germans did. The Outsource Mission was created after the September 1943 Allied invasion of Italy as part of the Manhattan Project's mission to coordinate foreign intelligence related to enemy nuclear activity.
So it's its sister? It's like its sister thing to Manhattan then? That involves chemical warfare? Am I hearing
like
that correct?
The sun. Also, you click on the Manhattan Project and it's just a nuke exploding. The team had a twofold assignment: a search for personnel records, material, and sites to evaluate the team or above programs and prevent their capture by the Soviet Union. Also's personnel followed close behind the front lines in Italy, France, and Germany, occasionally crossing into enemy-held territory to secure valuable resources before they could be destroyed or scientists escape or fall into rival hands. So, yeah, this was even before that they recruited the Nazis. They were just taking the stuff that the Nazis made.
That's so fucking weird.
Like half that stuff that they use, even in Japan too, all their torture methods that they used on people, the U.S. said, we don't like that, but we're gonna take that.
That was fucking.
No, we don't like it.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Do the face again.
Look, we don't like it, but we're gonna take it. Okay. Not for any other reason other than research.
See, this is the CIA Caleb persona. I don't like it.
It's just Robert De Niro.
Look, we don't condone of the killing of innocent civilians, but if it happens, it happens.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Imagine stealing a torture method.
It's just
we don't condone of torture, but if it happens, you won't know about it.
No,
until you do, and then it's not our fault.
It seems pretty. I don't know, man. It seems just okay. At this point, it seems really like scientists. It's like whatever can be used for war or gain, they just hop on it immediately, even if the moral implications are bad.
It seems very much that the people of higher ranks in the U.S. their train of thought is it's a dog eat dog world, and if you don't eat someone else first, you're gonna get eaten.
That's true. That's a philosophy.
And you know what?
Which is kind of a crappy way to look at things.
And I don't know. Maybe this just shows I'm a bad person, but kind of like in the game of war. Like, I get it. We're civilians. We do shit. But there's also like a part of me, I guess the American in me, that goes,
I want to bomb that city.
no, not that. Definitely not that. That's fucked up. More like, it's necessary. Because, like, the other guy wants to kill me because insert human history here. I might need to steal those Nazi scientists just to save my ass.
As an American, that makes sense.
So,
But
like, there's like this weird moral
in
confliction.
the grand scheme of things, people shouldn't be doing that at all.
Going back,
My second favorite person had a good take.
I'm glad I'm number 2 now. I don't know what I did to get drunk.
going back to Caleb.
I just said it first because he did it first.
Back to Caleb's dog eat dog. As someone who has like trained dogs, like there's 2 methods of training them, and it's either you instill fear in them by hitting them whenever they do something bad, or you don't give them like
Food.
yeah, like you have them, like you make them listen by not giving them good, or you make them listen by being bad, or by hitting them by being abusive. So like I missed forgetting the point.
This is the CIA is using its laser beams.
Yeah, the CIA is going
using
that
its
direction.
laser beams to make Colby look like an animal abuser.
What is the
What? He's going there. He's going brain dead. Get him down.
Oh no, they put
I
chemicals
think-
in the water.
make the freaking frogs gay? They
The gay
should
frog
be more
chemicals made
nice.
Colby insane.
That was an
In
actual
conclusion-
thing, too, by the way.
Yeah, it
Gay
was-
frogs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they tried to make a gay. Yeah, that's a thing. They tried to make a gay bomb one time.
I don't know if it's a.
No, it was a gay bomb. They tried to make a gay bomb, and then they're like, "Ah, damn, it didn't work."
See, the problem with the frog thing is
No, it's actual study. It actually happened.
Yeah,
and
but-
they're like concerned. They're looking at it and they're like concerned. Like, we're giving this to children. Like, is that affecting the children?
Yeah, it was
but
a-
I mean,
it was a thing.
in nature, frogs change gender if they
No,
have
but that
to.
chemical actually changed them.
Yeah, like it was forcefully. It was by force. It wasn't by the.
And they actually put in that chemical in the water at the that bar. They put it just below it so that it's legal. And it's a little concerning.
That's what they do all the time.
Exactly. It's like, why? Why are you doing
We'll torture
this?
people, not on U.S. soil.
Oh man, we need to save money on giving people food. How much sawdust can we put in here before they notice?
Also, the U.S. government.
It's fiber. Do your
that
little
that Nazi
quotes
knows how
face.
to do his job well. We'll hire you.
He's white. He could blend in.
I genuinely think that was probably most of their fucking thoughts by now.
Yeah,
They're white. He can blend in.
and they did.
We're here now.
Because people only liked white people back then. So as long as you were white and your voice didn't sound too funny, they were fine with you.
What is that? You mean the accent? You mean?
Yeah, you
Oh, I thought funny. I genuinely thought of like Bugs Bunny or something. And I'm all like,
what's up, Doc? And they're like, get him.
get him. So, did you have anything?
Yes, I want to restate how these are geniuses that are in
Genies.
this
Genies.
agency or whatever.
Okay.
There's a bullet. The use of vaccination program in hunt for Osama bin Laden.
Ooh, I saw that one too.
What? You didn't tell me?
But check
I only
this
got
out.
to the Nazis.
Check
I
this
know,
out. The
Nazis.
agency attracted widespread criticism after it used a local doctor in Pakistan to set up a hepatitis B vaccination program in Abbottabad in 2011 to obtain DNA samples from the occupants of a compound where it was suspected bin Laden was living, hoping to obtain samples from bin Laden or his children in order to confirm his presence. It is unknown whether any useful DNA was acquired, but it was deemed not successful. The doctor was later arrested and sentenced to a lengthy prison term on allegedly unrelated charges.
Wait.
Criticized
Where did he get arrested? In the States or there?
Médecins Sans Frontières criticized the CIA for endangering the undetermining trust in medical workers, and the New York Times reported that the CIA's action had increased resistance to vaccination programs in Pakistan. That's all it says. It doesn't say.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
that is a
guessing-
good point, though.
I'm guessing it's Abbottabad is where.
Why? That's a terrible thing to do. That's bad. It's stuff like that makes people not trust medicine, which they should, because it saves people.
until they put microchips in it.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
No, it doesn't. It literally, it's like, why would they put anything in your surgical mask
And
and
like,
have your phone?
you literally have they can track you anywhere with this.
It's like they don't. Patriot Act.
Okay.
Actually, it's not in
My
effect right
FBI
now.
agent just texted me. Stop while you're ahead.
Who?
The FBI agent.
Who? No, that's. Yet again, there's also a part of me when hearing that story. It's like necessary evils to find Bin Laden.
But hold on.
There's more.
No. Why was there such a strong hunt for this guy? This guy was cowering and hiding for his life.
That's true.
His whole
And-
life he was cowering and hiding.
And when you
We
look
were
at
on a hunt
when
for
you
this
look at
guy.
the history, he honestly wasn't even the guy we should have been after.
Who is? This is all new information.
There is other people.
Yeah, there's like a list of 6, right?
Yeah.
Like the Sinister 6.
Holy shit! You fucking nerd.
There's literally other people they could have hunted, but they were specifically after him.
They were devoted to him.
and taking over his country. Going back to the oil.
Poppy. Why do we have poppy fields that we're claiming? The military-industrial complex. We'll get into that later in a different episode. Where I'll rant about that for an hour. But for now, yeah, it's kind of fucking weird. We all put it on Bin Laden when it honestly,
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't like. As a child, this is how I genuinely thought. Oh, Hitler's dead. The Nazis are gone. Like they just despawn. No. I'm a 20-year-old one. I'm a 20.
They became Americans.
We'll get into that. I'm 21 years old now. That when you kill the head off, when you slice the head off a Hydra, 2 more appear. That's the whole thing, and it's like the Middle East. We did that, and the whole idea there. None of it was solved. If anything, it got worse.
I think it did actively get worse.
Like multiple countries that weren't involved got involved. Resources were taken there. There is a plethora of documented cases of U.S. Marines, as much as we praise them here, doing god-awful things. I will not quote.
And
I've
man-
seen Twitter videos. I've seen camera recordings of guys just admitting to war crimes. I'm like, what? What do you mean war?
Excuse me?
It's like, what the fuck? So it's just like when like it's just like, fuck, that's so terrible. But then there's this little part of me that goes, but that guy probably killed a lot of people in hindsight and probably needs to be killed too. It's just like I'm conflicted. So it's just really weird. Like I get the whole the vaccination thing, trying to find his DNA in the local area, which eventually we did find. I don't even know how the fuck we did that. Somebody needs to Google that for me, because that's the one part of the story I don't get. So it's just like, okay, but it's just like, God, there was a lot of scummy ways we got up to that point, and then the whole aftermath effect of the whole fucking thing is just really bad too. So it's just like, are we the bad guys? Can I ask that question now? Are we the fucking bad guys?
I don't think we are, but the nation we're under is kind of sketchy.
I don't know why, when you were saying that, I thought of this quote that it was like, if you were to kill a murderer, there's still the same amount of murderers in the world. But then the guy was like, what if I killed 10 murderers?
Fuck! I'm having conflictions. Fuck.
I'm having confliction.
What about that? The take on we were like funding their military in Pakistan.
Yeah,
and we're arms dealing.
That's real.
So
We
we
did
were
that.
giving them guns.
Okay, hold on.
to shoot at us,
No, hold on.
to play this cat and mouse game?
No, so here's how this works. So this is, I don't know, this is probably somewhere on this fucking list. I don't know what it's exactly called. So Reagan back in the 80s, right? 80s, 90s, doesn't really matter. 90s, 80s, 90s. I think probably even late 70s if we're really getting into it, because these things take years to document. Reagan, at the time this was all happening, the Soviets were fighting the Middle East, and they wanted to land there, and the British were there too.
It's true.
But
why? Hold on. Why?
Resources, bullshit.
Resources.
I don't know.
The Cold War. They're like communism.
Yeah,
capitalism.
Yeah.
We got to try to take over as much land as possible to make sure that one of our sides wins.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of resources in the Middle East. It's really weird how the Middle East has been it's a fucking battle royale in that fucking. I'm not to make jokes about how many people have actually died as citizens. But from like the beginning of history, it has literally been the fucking spot everybody chooses just to fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
For no reason. It's the one spot. And there's reasons why the Soviets were there, but that's not the point. But the point is these people were fighting the Soviets. They need arms and military and need to know how to fight. Here comes the U.S. government, the CIA, FBI too, to train these guys to fight against the Soviets. So in the near side of this is good. We can fund the Middle East, depending on the country, and give them the resources to. Do you have a camera? Are you hiding the camera?
Hold on. Is the camera on?
So the CIA and the FBI. They were in tandem. They do things together sometimes, but mainly the U.S. government funded basically terrorist organizations. Eventually, would become terrorist organizations. Technically, what you could consider them then were like freedom fighters and rebel groups against the Soviet Union, and eventually they won. The Soviets eventually collapsed. They never did anything anymore. The U.S. did what they needed. They beat communism.
Hooray!
11 years later. America, okay, I don't know exactly why they all got pissed at us. That's still been very confusing to me, even now. Yeah, as a grown man, I don't know what their actual reason.
It had something to do with, like they wanted to. It's something to do with the power struggle they had going on there.
Yeah,
and America was like,
no,
don't attack those guys. And then they're like, what are you gonna do about it, America? Well, I thought we're friends, America. And America's like, well, we're also friends with them, so we'd prefer you not to attack them.
Can you not?
And then they attack them, and then America's like, well, I know we said we wouldn't attack you, but you're attacking them, so we're gonna defend them. And then they're like, you're my enemy. Look what you've done. Look what you made us do. You know, like,
God damn it.
The one time I can say America didn't really do anything wrong was then they're just like, hey, don't kill each other. And then the organizations were like, no, we want to kill each other.
Son of a.
And then the other guys were like, I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
And America's like, they don't want to die. It's basically the two siblings were fighting. And America, being the older sibling, was like, hey, why are you guys fighting? And he's like, he has my toys. And he's like, I don't have any toys. Leave me alone. I'm minding my own business.
I feel like this is involving you two right now.
We have never done anything like that.
Oh, you guys haven't started a conflict in the Middle East?
No, it was like this. I would just be sitting there. Caleb's like, I'm going to overthrow Colby. And then he got beat up.
Or I'd come home from school. And Colby would be hiding around the corner and try to murder me. Like there's a time he literally set up a sniper's nest right here, waiting for me to come down the stairs so he could shoot me.
His reflexes are above par because of me. You go like this and he's already ready to kill.
I literally had to break in to the house through the back just so he wouldn't know where I was coming from.
He has defensive reflexes now, though. I go like this, cha cha cha, and you'll block them all.
The U.S. government. Why'd you give all that money to those random guys in the Middle East? I made them better, so I didn't have to fight.
Are you saying I'm a terrorist organization?
In this analogy, yes.
Oh, good.
So that's how that goes. Eventually, they funded these guys. The guys were like, we don't like these guys. Power, and they they did a bombing first, then the towers, and then that's when we got involved. Honestly, and the major conspiracy.
Well, we were soft involved the entire time.
Yeah, we were there the entire time, basically.
We were everywhere the entire time.
I guess a quote from Hassan Piker, the famous quote, which everybody gets mad at him. We deserved 9/11. We didn't deserve it. There might have been
we as the citizens didn't deserve it.
But the U.S. government probably was. They knew it was probably going to happen.
They probably knew
and they
about
said,
that.
"Hold on, this is a really good justification for war.
Like, hold
and
on.
20 years of profit." And
Hold on,
we probably allowed it.
We have a very low approval rating right now. How do we fix that?
Yeah,
I saw this thing on it where they question the whole Bin Laden thing. They're like, why would a guy attack the strongest nation in the world? Like, what was his motive? Even like, I think it was you that said this quote, Caleb, about the Japanese, whoever was
Pearl Harbor. What do you?
Yeah, where he's like, attacking America is the dumbest thing you could do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That. Well, the Taliban is even smaller than Japan. Like, what are you thinking? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Why, like, that whole ordeal makes no sense to me.
Oh yeah,
That's very true.
In hindsight, so like getting into it, there's a lot of lore here. Like this needs like a whole. This is a whole YouTube video that will get blacklisted. But like, there's things involving the Bushes and like the CIA and the FBI and like these guys are clearly a threat. They might do something, and with the Patriot Act being way back in the day, they knew something was going to happen. They definitely know things, and they can prevent things. But then it's kind of like a game. It's a game of Pokemon. This is my analogy. You're gonna hit me with a move, but I'm gonna before you do that, I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm gonna do a status move, and when you hit me, the next turn, motherfucker, I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw the whole U.S. Army at you. So they're just waiting for shit to happen.
It seems like more like trying to catch the 3 legendary dogs on gold and silver. Like we're on a chase more than anything.
Yeah.
Not, you want to attack us? It's more we were on the hunt.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I hope I run into that guy. So
There he is, paralyze him.
Over.
Scare him. We're trying to catch him.
Yeah, it's
mean look.
So, yeah, there's a lot of lore, but it's like more or less the FBI and CIA know things. They definitely do.
Oh yeah.
They try to get Nazis to work with them. They fund terrorist groups. They overthrow governments. Like they definitely knew they were going to do something, and it was probably just one giant justification for war. And like the whole death of civilians things. Hold on, the whole death of civilians thing. So I don't know. I think this is FBI. This is why I'm making this an FBI and CIA thing. It's like the FBI and CIA did the whole MK Ultra thing. Like they will test on civilians, let them out, let them become serial killers. That's a real thing, by the way. Maryland, whatever the fuck his last name is, I always fucking forget it.
Manson.
So that's not
Good. Forget his name.
Yeah.
Oh,
good job,
Dummy
Alex.
McButt.
Yeah, Dummy McButt. But yeah, like that shit happens. Like, MK Ultra. Guy who probably shouldn't have been taking drugs. Fuck it, let him back in society. I don't care. I got fucking shit to do in the Middle East. Like
that experiment was fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Exactly. And then like they do things in other countries. So the whole like idea that they might have known and just said, fuck it, we'll probably get more money out of this for other people they're protecting isn't crazy of an idea.
Yeah.
And like I know some people, the whole 9/11 thing's kind of touchy. Almost it's gonna be 22 years this year, right?
Yep.
22 years this year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of touchy getting into those conspiracy theories because everyone's like, no, man, that just sounds so wrong. But it's like, the Bushes are weird. The FBI's been weird for almost since World War II.
Everything just kind of fits together too well.
Yeah. And like, I know and this is a big thing I've always said. It's just like, people like to romanticize things to make them look better. Because it's like, he killed his wife and did this and that. And in reality, it's just like, it's just probably not as fucking crazy and bold as it is.
Yeah.
But like, when you look at the history of just a fucking regular Wikipedia page that has probably been heavily censored, doesn't have all the information, and isn't heavily researched, as well as somebody who gets fucking hyperfixated it like they're a fucking ADHD addict or fucking crazy. It's like, it's not fucking dumb to think some of these things actually probably did happen.
And honestly, a lot of these, like, there's a pretty substantial list of things, controversies. But each one doesn't have as much information as you'd think that it would have.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like the entire, even first one, domestic wiretapping. There's a lot of different cases that we know that happened.
Yeah.
But there's only one.
That's literally
operation on here.
That's a whole. That's a sentence and a half.
It's two sentences of
where's the Patriot
information.
Where's all that stuff?
Project Mockingbird, and that's it. We know there's a lot more. Yeah, like, there's a lot more they did with domestic wiretapping,
and like the whole TikTok thing that happened a while back, where it was just like, ban TikTok, it's bad. What the fuck are all these other bills that involve?
Excuse me.
So it's just so really weird.
When did they take in the Nazi?
And the World War II. Or technically,
what year was
World
that?
War II.
They started taking them in before World War II. There's people already defecting from Germany at that point. Yeah. So not all of them were like those crazy high-ranking Nazis. Yeah. But then they started getting more.
They're like Nazis by proxy. They were just there to fucking save face so they wouldn't die together.
Yeah. But then once the war was over, they were like, look at that high-ranking Nazi soldier and that high-ranking Japanese soldier. Bring them in. Send them on a mission together.
In World War II, they were doing a bunch of tests on the POWs, right?
Yeah.
And they were like...
you mean Japan? They were doing that.
Japan and Germany were doing that.
Yeah, the whole reason why we have medical information is because they fucking tortured people. Fun fact, your heart transplant, Nazis and Japanese people.
They figured that out.
Yeah, that was them.
So also, they were doing tests on mind control with drugs too, right?
Yep. No, they also did that. That was also Soviets. They did that.
Suddenly, we're doing these testing. Mm-hmm. World War II. Suddenly, it happens in America.
MK Ultra. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mind control through drugs. With chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going on today.
Oh, he's getting it. He's figuring it out.
They're putting water or stuff in the water. They're putting fluoride in
the fluoride one's dumb. That one's a dumb one.
Why you put fluoride though?
Okay,
fluoride is highly toxic.
It is. But the thing is, there are other chemicals that are a lot better for that conspiracy. Fluoride is one of them. You're getting it though. You're good. Fluoride's not.
That's what I'm saying is like, it was this like experimenting of chemicals. Then suddenly, oh hey, this is happening in America.
I mean, you could also attribute that to people just being stupid because they put asbestos in the walls for the longest time. No, there is
no. What's the reason? What's the reason behind fluoride?
It's just genuinely.
It's just you're already protecting them for putting fluoride.
This is why I brought this up earlier. The whole romanticization of some of these. The fluoride thing genuinely seems like the whole chemtrails one. It's like they're putting things in the air. No, that's way too fucking much effort for that bullshit.
Okay, but why? What's the benefit of fluoride?
Probably for some company to get a lot of money just to go back into the U.S. government. Honestly, if you really wanted an answer.
That's still bad. That's crooked still.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's good, but that's probably the more realistic answer.
Just to sell fluoride.
Yeah. Put in a toothpaste. Tell people it's good. Could be just one giant, massive marketing thing, honestly. If you really want an answer to that.
What if Slenderman is a metaphor of the CIA?
He takes kids?
Well, it's just a guy and he looks like you right now.
Yeah, you're fucking Slenderman.
I need to just get lanky and have
also when you get close to him, all of your tech goes off. Interesting.
I'm going to put Slenderman in the title. Only people who get an hour and 9 in will realize why he's...
But only they know.
Yeah. But no, keep going though. You're on to something. The fluoride thing was a little bit romanticized. It's kind of one of the number conspiracies.
No, I'm just listing all like bunch of chemical, like our brains being altered through chemicals. And it was first started like this sort of tweaking of this was started in World War II, where they were doing this to POWs.
The world wars are probably the
That's all I'm saying is that
most significant event in human history.
there was a way of living before World War II, and then now there's a way of living after World War II.
Oh yeah, no,
True.
You're onto it. It's just like
There was affordable houses before.
no.
Could afford things.
It's
Now we can't.
it's just it's fishy. This is why I like talking about it, because it opens up your mind a little bit to where it's like it isn't all America's explosions, monster trucks. It's more like
I don't even think it's a.
It's kind of.
I don't even think it's a rabbit hole. It's like an ant colony. Like there's so much branches, and you're like, you think it's a little
very
hole, and
good.
then it's like, oh, going through all these.
My second favorite person just made a good take.
Colby got demoted. Hooray!
I got demoted from the ant colony.
The fluoride thing was kind of crazy.
No,
ant colony.
I'm just questioning, like, why would you put something so toxic into the mouths of people? Why would you do that? And it's again right at the it's not toxic, but we're just putting it in your mouth.
It is weird. There are a lot of decisions in the country, and some things don't get filtered. You know, a wild thing. I had to Google this. You know that some like water taps don't. Okay, so here's how this conspiracy theory works. You know how some girls take birth control, right? Mm-hmm. And they have. When pee is let go, I don't pee. I can't fucking pronounce words. The CIA's in my brain. No, when the human body pisses, there's a lot of extract.
You could have just said when you go pee.
Yeah,
I don't know where your brain is right now.
Give me a second. Hold on, I'm fucking loading here. When you pee, you let out a lot of things in the body that the body doesn't need anymore. Mm-hmm. And in some cases, with some drugs, especially women in birth control pills, there's a lot of drugs that. A lot of excess chemicals that are not good for everybody that drinks the water. Sometimes when they filter it out, they don't account for all the extra chemicals that shouldn't be in either partner's body and or animals and or babies. And if we know anything from the Flint water situation, that they still don't have clean water, by the way. Flint, Michigan.
That's so.
Don't think it's too crazy that with Colby saying, that's weird, there are all these chemicals in the water that they don't filter out. It's kind of weird with all the money the U.S. government has, they don't undo that. It's kind of almost
a little weird.
Do you think
herd the sheep a little bit, put things in the water that almost kind of seem kind of weird?
Do you think possibly that's the difference maker? That's all the difference between people, like how a community acted before and how they're acting now?
Drugs have to. It's the silent killer. I almost feel like is in like. I don't know how I've been thinking as of recently. I don't know, maybe as a young guy, but like the things I consume, I go to Wendy's, right, and I eat this burger, and I think to myself, I want to fucking die to this thing if I keep on eating it, like a lot of these, and like it morally tells me I probably shouldn't be doing that because I know it's bad. But then when you think about like all the other things, like chemicals and just the bad things, the overindulgence, the overstimulation, I guess in modern society, it's like, what effects are these having on me? And I drink tap water. I do have a filter, but my mom doesn't like it. I'm gonna use the filter after today of my own accord. I'm gonna do that now because it's actually pretty good fucking water. I won't lie, but it's just like. When you look at Flint, Michigan, it's like, damn, they don't got no fucking water, proper water. Why wouldn't this random fucking town in the middle of fucking Eastern Washington might not have a good filtration system that takes out things that shouldn't be in my male body?
We had sewage in the lakes for the longest time, and people didn't know. And people just swam in that. That's a whole other episode too. Just our own town. That's a whole iceberg.
Yeah, it's just, it's like Colby said, it's a fucking ant colony. There are so many branching things. When somebody says I'm kind of fishy about 9/11, some people look at them and scoff. But then I know what the U.S. government has done over the years, and it's just like, he's not wrong. It might be a little fishy, and they probably really don't care about us all too much. So it's just like, how many people died in 9/11?
A lot.
How much money was lost from 9/11? Not a lot.
Fuck them.
Very interesting.
Like when you look at history and how some rulers just work, Genghis Khan killed 10%. No, right? 10% of the global population, or 1%, 1 to 10%. You didn't give a fuck. That hasn't changed. The French haven't given a fuck about their people till this day. That's just going wild over there. The UK doesn't give a fuck about their people. They don't give a fuck about their history.
They don't they don't care about
Stonehenge, or they're right next to Stonehenge. They don't care. All major governments have some form of corruption in them. There's massive conspiracy theories of cabal networks of people that work. Of course, this all might be contradiction to my previous self in the past, just saying romanticization of things. But you look at the past. World bodies don't give a fuck about other people. Why would the U.S. government care any less? Genghis Khan killed 10% of the human population. What the fuck does 9/11 care about? They don't give a fuck. Money. You know how much money we gained over the past 20 years thanks to the military industrial complex? A lot. A lot more than was lost at 9/11. They don't care. They don't care. The CIA doesn't care. The FBI doesn't care. Like you said, they're not trustworthy people. They're really not.
It's all a form of slavery if you really think about it.
And you know what? You're not wrong.
Very true.
Get the bottom people to do the work.
I thought you were going to bring out like a pencil and be like,
Hold on.
hold on, do you actually have one? That'd be funny.
Do I have? Is there a pen nearby?
Do you have a pen?
I don't have a
I can wait. I'll just do this. It works.
beach trunk.
I'm just gonna need you guys to look at the camera real quick.
Uh-huh.
All right. We talked about we ranked dogs today.
What was
Our
number
favorite
one?
breeds of dogs.
What was
I
number
can't
one?
believe you fucking put a Chihuahua in fucking C tier. It should be F.
F tier,
Yeah.
and you know it.
It is.
Chihuahuas are F tier. German Shepherds are A tier.
I think.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry too. I want ramen, man. This was such a good episode about dogs.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean, I wanted to talk about the U.S. government, but man, I just wanted to talk about
Take the-
dogs. Take the shot.
You don't need to take the shot anymore. They don't know anything.
Dude.
They know nothing. Take the red dot sights off of them.
Oh, dude, it's.
Man.
And we have no power to change it.
Take the shot.
We do. Have you seen Bug's Life?
We need 2 shots.
Oh, isn't there a fucking? I forgot Bug Life has that whole fucking thing in that thing. That
Yeah,
one
they were right. Kill them.
kill. Pixar. That's kind of, if the ants figure out they have more power than us, we'll get fucked over. Okay, hold on.
Man, and now Bob Iger's seeing that happen in real time.
Exactly. Fuck Bob Iger. But I want to say this. Isn't it weird how there hasn't been a crazy revolution since the French Revolution? Like a really major one.
Every time we're about to, it like dies down.
It's true.
Exactly.
We really had things going back in 2020. We were sick of this crap.
Okay, that wasn't us. That was a different party.
I supported it though.
Did you actually?
I was like, man, burn the city down.
I'm all
Okay,
about
that probably wasn't
anarchy.
there.
Yeah,
Doing.
yeah,
That's also could have been a CIA thing.
Please, son, no.
Not again.
My brain,
Not
son,
again.
no, please.
Yeah, that was definitely all their fault in 2020. It's the U.S. did nothing wrong there. We took that exactly how we needed to.
Yeah, it's
All lives matter.
lives matter. Jesus Christ. No, it's just this is what I want. I always
Blue lives matter. There we go.
that's fucking goddamn it. No, it's very interesting. The whole CIA,
Yeah.
FBI, U.S. government conspiracy. Because like when you look at world history, they probably did all that fucked up shit.
Oh yeah,
and
for
you,
sure.
And you can't change any of it because they also have the whole hand in like, Yeah, man. We're America. It was definitely the
It's
enemies.
fine.
It wasn't us. Don't worry about the
We did
fine
nothing
people.
wrong. Plus, look at all that stuff you see on TV. Aren't you proud to be American?
True.
Yeah, the whole
true.
problem-
Aren't you proud to watch NCIS?
Look at that
and
screen.
see how
Okay,
cool
hold on.
the
I know
FBI
I said
is?
that was the last thing, but this is what I wanted to talk about, and I can't believe I fucking forgot about it till right now. Meme warfare. Do you think the CIA/FBI makes memes, puts them into the internet to make people think
It
shit?
is evolved
No.
propaganda.
Do you think that?
No.
No.
Because I don't think they have a sense of humor.
It's evolved propaganda, Colby. I'm telling you.
Meme culture?
A
Yes.
lot of memes out there are just evolved propaganda.
Have you ever thought about that?
No.
No. I sent.
I don't ever get like.
Can you get your phone right now and look up the meme and show Colby?
Which meme?
It should still be in our DMs. So before this episode was going to be talked about, I went to Instagram Reels just late at night, and I was just scrolling through things, and I had found a random little video, and I'm all like, this makes sense, because there are some memes you see on the internet that just make literally no fucking sense. They're not funny. They don't correlate to me. But why are you popular and why are you here?
Okay, here it
Like-
is.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is it that one?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Hold on.
Let's see. Hello? Can you work?
Huh, it's not working.
There we go. Can I restart this? I hate Instagram.
Okay, hold on. It's right here.
I hate
We might put it on
Instagram.
screen for the video people.
Has a meme warfare department where they take popular meme formats, repackage them with their chosen message, and then send them back out onto the internet to influence the American people. The US government first became aware of the power of memes back in 2011, and DARPA hired Dr. Robert Finkelstein to research meme warfare and lay out what it would look like. Dr. Finkelstein came back with a document that laid out how the Meme Warfare Center could be structured, which included this slide, that laid out how an organically created meme could then be repackaged to spread the government's chosen message. It's unknown whether the US government ever actually created the Meme Warfare Department, as that would be classified information. But in 2017, as part of the Vault 7 WikiLeaks dump, folders of blank meme formats were found in the leaked CIA documents.
Evolved propaganda.
It's evolved propaganda.
They figured out how to get propaganda without making it look like propaganda.
What's even worse is it's all anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like you can't. It's not some guy with a little pitch or whatever, pitch sign, whatever, like in the 50s, yelling it out, and then who is that guy? It's like we just downloaded it, and we're
and you-
like, oh,
You know what's the
where'd
craziest?
that come from?
You know what the craziest part about it is? It doesn't even have to be the government doing it. It literally could be just any crazy person on the street warping the minds of people. Because
Exactly.
the amount of women hate that has just spawned from just hate women memes slowly. Like they started off as just like women inconvenience us to I hate women. And there's
That's
just
true.
a huge amount of people who just believe that.
And then the web boards and the
Exactly.
It's really weird, and I'm gonna be honest. I think this with the evolved propaganda idea with it here is like it's
hold on,
hold on,
that's like drugs.
hold on. Let's see if he gets a good take.
He's got a point. He's got
Hold on.
Where you like, oh, the stupid guy was like, if you think about it, in these like web communities, like propaganda spikes, right? And then it's like distributed. Like the little people, there's little people that code to these little sites, and then they distribute this stuff, this way of thinking at this site, and it's like a peak, right? A peak of this. Like that's all we talk about, and then people go, you know what I'm trying to say?
You just said his point, but louder. So I'll give it to you.
Okay,
But like,
sorry.
no. You're good. He didn't elaborate, so you elaborated. The older Perez did a better job, I guess.
What do you mean? I showed the video.
Showed the video because I remembered. I'm as equally as bad. But no, it definitely makes sense. I think to get both of your ideas just to one giant finish the circle, as it all probably is was one giant distraction. Like out of everybody who is a threat to the U.S. government, not me trying to honk my horn, it's the young people. Young people have vigor, they have strength, and we
have numbers.
It's really everyone though.
It is, but it's mainly the young crowd because let's be honest, does your mom really know half the shit we're talking about when she listens to this podcast?
Yes.
Like, your mom isn't going to do it. The guy
she's not aware of it until we talk about it.
Until we talk about it. So hi, Mrs. Perez.
There's people my age though, like
that don't know.
They refuse to be aware.
Yeah. Like this shit
Some
happens.
people would rather live in bliss and ignorance than have to deal with the truth.
You don't know how true that sentence is.
Yeah, like the U.S. government does meme warfare. They probably do send out memes into the wild to make it grow, and they do work. Like the whole women bad thing, the making the genders hate each other thing that happened. The whole propaganda that it makes no fucking sense. Like it literally doesn't. Like we need the other to survive, and it is an equal share of things that we need to do for each other. So why should we argue between male and female? It's really fucking weird.
And even between races too.
Exactly.
Between nationalities, between races, between religions. Yeah. It's like, where does this divide come from? Yeah. Other than it's being fueled by people who want to be in power.
Yeah. I guess it all goes back to the whole idea of like, to make sure you stay on top of all the classes, you make the lower classes fight among yourselves, among each other. So I guess this is just modern class warfare, I guess, just to use memes as just some way to divide people.
I'm all about questioning and pointing out the bad, but how do you fix such a thing? How do you fix
level society?
We're going back to this, the fucking crazy rant I had like 10 episodes ago. Gone. The whole fucking system. Literally, I'm not joking when I say this.
But what does that entail? Like the internet? Like, do you want to wipe the internet or
no?
Leave only Totally Oblivious.
No. So like I said, like forever in the podcasts ago. This time it's more refined and not as fucking crazy. But the whole idea of like we all have to become
clean slated. We all have to become cavemen again. The moment a motherfucker goes, "Hey, we should do this," death.
No more.
Like it starts immediately. I genuinely think it's a human problem. That's the reason why this shit starts. I think so. I don't know, man. This gets so the colony of ants here goes so deep because I think it's a human problem. And
I think it's a power problem. I think there's certain people in power that just abuse power.
Yeah, no. True. The Island Project. I forgot the whole name of it. I saw it before coming here, but it's humans. I think it's humans. It's power. It's greed. It's almost in a religion sense. It's like the 7 deadly sins. It's like humans get so infatuated with this stuff, and it's just like once you have too much of it, you become overindulgent into it. You become too gluttonous. It becomes a problem, and then you can't solve it. Like how far we've come. The only way to at least come back a little bit without clean slating it all, and the moment a motherfucker says, "Hey, we should have some type of
get him attack,
just get rid of them." We stay as cavemen, and maybe have like it's like,
we are a hunter-gatherer society. If you take more than you need, you die.
It's kind of like that, but like to regress at least some of it, you gotta get rid of most governments in the current forms they are, and I think you have to redo how governments are made.
You have to reevaluate everything you've ever thought and be like
the way you live now, you would have to completely change it. That's the only way to solve it.
That leads to though is like
a one world government.
No, is like population regulation.
What the fuck are you talking about? Huh?
Wasn't that because, like, if you think about how it's a community is a city. A city needs a government. A government has a country.
So you're saying there's too many voices in the auditorium right now?
I'm just saying.
And like the only way to keep it, I guess you're going Joe Rogan.
There was even a study on like high populations and like animals that they do like what we're doing right now, like I don't know. It's confusing. I'm just trying to.
Okay, I know what you're trying to do. I'm gonna evaluate. I'm gonna explain this better.
Wait, hold on. Even
He's going,
if you think
go crazy here? Hold on.
about like the Mayans, they did sacrifices. Is that why they would do sacrifices to popular?
They did that because they thought the sun was alive.
Yeah. They thought the sun was alive.
So they had different reasons.
What if it is alive? Hold on. They sacrifice them for the gods.
Yeah. I guess
Maybe
we kinda
what
do
if
that
the
too.
gods? What if the gods were like, "Hey, population regulation."
Well, actually, I don't know if that was really the Mayans. That was more the Aztecs.
Oh no, the
Aztecs.
Mayans did it eventually during the ending half.
The later years.
Yeah, but the Aztecs did that more or less.
All I'm saying, guys, is what if they were on?
Colby, you good dog?
Colby
just
believes in human
kidding.
sacrifice.
I'm trying to make that connection. Like, what if that was why they were doing it?
No, definitely not.
No,
My favorite person just had his worst take.
I'm just questioning everything.
How do you get upgraded to favorite person?
My
in the
second
time
favorite
that he
person
made
just
one
had
of
his
those
worst take. It's okay.
I'm the second person already. And my third person now.
I don't know. Angie's up there now. She smiled at me when I walked in.
Angie.
I'm just questioning everything.
No, but no, it definitely makes sense. When there's too many voices with so many varying opinions, it does kind of make sense where it's like it just is one giant fucking clusterfuck. Have you ever been in a Discord with 12 motherfuckers? It's inaudible. You don't know who's saying shit. Imagine now 8 billion humans.
I want to put into like, as like I guess a reference. Like, we have a bunch of chickens in that pen, and we added even more and ducks. When we had like 16 chickens, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was an insane little coop. We killed off all the roosters, and we left the docile roosters, the Japanese roosters, and everything's fine. The chickens do not fight. Everything's fine. We added more chickens, more hens. We even added ducks. Everything's still fine.
Mm-hmm. So what do
We
you
were
think
like the
It's
U.S.
those
government in this
roosters. Those
case.
roosters, the heads, the leaders are docile, and everyone else is docile.
We murdered the violent leaders, is what we're saying, and we replaced those leaders with leaders that were obedient to what we wanted.
Okay, but then here comes the problem here. They're not the actual leaders. You two are, and you're the one who does.
Exactly. We are the U.S. government.
You just went over to a foreign nation, killed their leaders, put people in power that
Hey, but
they
we
know
put them in
that are
power
being
too.
controlled.
You absolute fool, Alex. Don't you understand? I'm CIA. He's Miami Vice. There's a red dot sight on your head right now. We have caught you red-handed, you fool.
Son of a bitch.
All right, Alex. Well, now that I'm taking the reins back on this episode because now you know the truth. Any last words before before you commit suicide?
Oh, we didn't talk about that either. God damn it.
Suicide.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get
he
ramen.
missed his girlfriend too much, so he killed himself.
It's so funny when they do that. Like, there's the people that speak out. They're like, "Hey guys, if I go missing because I commit suicide, I'm not suicidal."
And then they
And then
actually
they die.
die.
It's like, huh? It's like, why would they even commit to it?
For
You
public
think they-
record, if anybody comes down this rabbit hole, if I actually ever do mysteriously die in the future, I would never kill myself. My pride is too much for that. I'd never do it. Second, I don't have any known allergies that kill me. That, to my knowledge. Third, I only have a very small friend group. It's basically these two, and then my girlfriend. That's about it. So if I ever was killed, I was either murdered by somebody or the U.S. government. That's about it.
Very true. Very true.
So FYI on that. And also, I'm a pretty good driver. I don't think I'd ever get in a car crash that'd kill me. We're not in a really heavy area that has a lot of traffic like that.
Very true. If I ever get in a wreck, it's not my fault.
Exactly. It's the other guy's fault.
The other guy did something wrong, and that's true because everybody in this town sucks at driving. Colby, any last words before we have Alex sleep with the fishes?
Hold on, let me text my girlfriend before.
Last words. If the people at the bottom are not happy, it all comes down to the top.
Yeah, it's
Leaders, if you're not happy, it's on your leaders.
True. I wasn't sure what you're getting at, but now I get it.
Sorry,
if
my
we're
brain.
unhappy, then the leaders are doing something wrong.
inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Or an enigma. That's me, bro.
You're right. Well, not for much longer.
With the next episode, Alex is just like,
Should I
AI
not
Alex.
should I not make an appearance the next episode?
No, you have to. You have to.
God,
your husk will be here.
The wheel
Your
has
corpse.
claimed your soul as it has mine.
God damn it. Is there lore now that I've died on the podcast and now I'm in purgatory? What's the totally oblivious lore here?
The Totally Oblivious lore. Well, so far the Totally Oblivious lore is you defeated your evil half and now you've become full Alex.
He does always talk about conflictions,
Lore right there?
conflictions within himself.
Caleb has two sides, and one is the god of the podcast who gets to decide the fate of anything that
And
happens.
he always consistently eats fruit, but the fruit is metaphorical for God.
Knowledge.
Colby's the Adam of this podcast.
In the reincarnation. Okay. There's too much lore being spilt here. We have to be quiet. We have to end the podcast.
Wait, that'll be Totally Oblivious episode 100, the lore drop episode.
Hey, my brother just got a camera. We can do action scenes now.
We can do action.
Hey guys, that's kind of weird. What?
Oh. All right.
I feel like an early internet show
The
where they talked about Pokemon for like 100 episodes, and all of a sudden they start to lead up into this.
And there's lore.
And there's this weird lore how there's been actually 2 Pokédex people.
How Darkrai was secretly controlling the whole channel.
Are we talking about the fucking same one?
I don't know. I just was making that up.
I think that was one of the episodes. But yeah, like every time he pulls out his phone and looks at it, he's actually texting
Eve.
I guess maybe.
So if am I both God and Satan of this podcast?
I was gonna say so who the fuck am I?
You are the archangel.
By the way, if you made it this far in the podcast, the last episode, I fucked up. I meant Michael, not Gabriel.
Not Gabriel.
It's the other way around. My bad for my sins. I'll tell Gabriel that when I meet him up there. But yeah, sure. This is one giant analogy for life.
The Totally Oblivious lore is just insane.
It is, man. We're getting crazier.
There's Caleb, evil Caleb, who are constantly in fighting over who controls the podcast. There's Alex, who's just at the whim of whatever Caleb wants. And then there's Colby, the Adam of the podcast. I don't know what he does. I guess he's just a guest.
There's a bunch of conspiracy behind Adam and Eve too.
That's another thing too. I can't.
No. This podcast has gone too long.
One day we'll just
It's
talk
nap
about more.
time.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well,
Wait. Should I go get gas and deli food?
if you want to.
Where's your take?
How much gas do you have?
Like 30 miles.
30 miles? Was it on your little meter?
It's about
That's
30
like
miles.
empty.
It's like it's on the last
That's on like almost E.
yeah.
E.
Not that.
Big
E.
Okay, we're getting fucking stupid here. The fucking CIA
This
propaganda.
is why I wanted to stop the podcast.
Yeah, okay, we're done. Say the outro.
Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast, do all that other stuff. Make sure to come back next
Don't
week
share it.
for
It's secret now. We don't want to get bushed.
share it as much as possible so the CIA subscribes to the podcast.
And they get Alex.
And enjoy next week as the Wheel of Fate has claimed our souls, and now we are stuck with whatever it decides that we have to do. Anyways, see you next week. Peace out.